help. The first responders can hear that in hard-sole shoes in case you have to walk over a tornado debris field. Evan, I've not seen any damage reports out of this one so far. Everything I'm seeing is hail so far.
Yeah, same deal over here. Checking a couple of our sources. Of course, viewers are a huge part of it. You're out there in it, obviously not literally in it, but we get a lot of information from you guys. And as it stands now, all we have is Doppler radar indicated, which when we first came on the air there, and as James had mentioned, there was a brief period where it spiked up. It certainly looked like we had some good rotation in with this, but since then it has looked like it's much more of a potentially a wind threat and a hail threat, as all of these storms will be as we head into the overnight. I'll switch over to the CC just for a second there, and there's no evidence of any debris signature with this. I'll even go back 30 minutes, just a little scan here, and we don't really ever see a peak. Maybe a little bit there before getting to 43, but nothing definitive that would say, okay, hey, we have something on the ground, it's destructive. But in addition to what we're seeing with this storm and the rotation and the gusty winds and hail, there's a ton of lightning. I've been watching the lightning count on these storms this afternoon, and it's just been incredible seeing how individually these storms are producing just a ton of lightning strikes. So it's going to be a loud night, severe or not. I'll go to the DMA view or the larger view just to give you an idea, because if you're in some place like Alexander City, you're probably like, well, what's going on here? It's raining hard, there's hail. That's certainly the case. Severe thunderstorm warning over there in Coosa County and about to move into Tallapoosa County. What we're on the air for is this tornado warning here that goes until 8:15 by the National Weather Service here in Birmingham, and they may look to extend this into the Marion area down in Perry County. They have not done that yet. I'm assuming they'll keep an eye on this one to see if it does pulse back up, if it looks a little bit stronger. I'll switch back over to our velocity here, and there's just not a lot there at the moment, but these can come up quickly, and while tornadoes are not the biggest threat as we move forward this evening, they are certainly a byproduct of what we could see thunderstorm-wise heading into the evening. This is a look now. It looks like right over Highway 69, based on this radar scan here, is where that rotation would be. I don't think anything is on the ground. It certainly doesn't look that way from a radar perspective, but if you are near the Allenville area or Uniontown, that stretch of Highway 80, it looks like that's where this is headed. Eventually, this would be coming into southern Perry County, south of Sugarville there, and just to the north, I think, of the Freetown area. So that's what we're on here for. Still not seeing any reports at this time. Watching the National Weather Service now, they are going to continue this. They're going to let it ride until 8:15 because they're seeing enough that this thunderstorm is capable of producing a tornado, but that is located right near the Fonsdale area, 9 miles to the southeast of Demopolis. So if you're watching in your Demopolis, you are just outside of this polygon. So at this time, we're clear in the Demopolis area outside of just some rain and some hail.
Yeah, all right, so it's 7:35. James Spann with Evan Chickvera here. We're going to stay with this as long as we have a tornado warning. We apologize for cutting off primetime programming, but this is what we do here and what we've done for 26 years at this place. So again, we have broad rotation. Actually, it's right up in here. Again, this is should be along Highway 69 right now. And again, we've talked about this. I've talked about it over and over and over, and I don't want to get preachy here, but we have horrible radar coverage in this part of the state. When the Meridian, Mississippi radar was decommissioned in 1996, that we're having to use radar data from either Birmingham or Mobile or Columbus, and the beam height is over 8,000 feet. There's no low-level sampling here. So we're looking aloft in these storms, and we need a radar in Meridian again, or York, or Livingston, or somewhere in that area, so we can have better coverage here. And I spoke with Ken Graham. Ken's the director of the National Weather Service and a longtime friend, and he's aware of that, and he's a great advocate. But and I know that some of our elected officials are on this, but we really do need that back in service sooner than later, and hopefully that will happen. But again, that's a topic for another day. But I just wanted to let you know the beam height in this part of the state is very high. This is not a low-level sample. This is a higher sample. Beam height's probably about 8,000 feet in through here. But again, there's clear circulation that's along Highway 69. And again, this is only about maybe 4 miles south of US 80. It'll be crossing Highway 80 just a little to the west of Fawnsdale, and then moving into southern Hale County. This is about 65 miles maybe southwest of Birmingham, 65 to 70 miles southwest of Birmingham. And let's go back to a big picture really quick just to show what's happening in other places. We have hail-producing storms in other parts of the state. And again, I want to stress, if you're north of Interstate 20 here, the air is stable. We don't expect any severe weather here. Places like Jasper, Cullman, Fayette, Hamilton, Albertville, Gadsden, don't expect any issues with severe weather here. A lot of rain, yes. The severe threat is south of Interstate 20 where there's instability. And again, with these heavier storms, those cores, we're having hail falling. That's probably some huge hail just south of Roanoke in northern Chambers County. Hail is most likely falling near Alexander City and Tallapoosa County. We've got hail falling in parts of Sumter County. And again, it's going to be a night where we have the dual threat of large hail and damaging straight line winds and heavy rain. There's a flash flood watch in effect for much of central Alabama for tonight. I want to look at the tornado watch real quick. Wanted to show that. The watch is in effect until 1 a.m. and it's the counties here in yellow. And the northernmost counties in the watch would be Pickens, Tuscaloosa, Jefferson, St. Clair, Calhoun, and Cleburne, and counties down to the south. And it looks like the warning has been taken out. They canceled the warning.
They went ahead and canceled it. They're going to let the severe thunderstorm warning ride on that, but no evidence of rotation anymore. So they've gone ahead and let that expire. Right.
So that's the good news, and I just noticed that on our map here. So we have severe thunderstorm warnings now for parts of Coosa County for that hail-producing storm approaching Alexander City. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for parts of Hale, Marengo, and Sumter counties. And again, this is all for hail. Let's go back to the radar, and I do want to show what's happening down in Choctaw County, if we can kind of back it down to southwest Alabama. And let's see. Okay, well, let's just kind of, this is a good view right here. And again, the tornado warning has been canceled for Marengo and Hale. That's off the board. There's a tornado warning in effect down here for parts of southeastern Wilcox County. There's the inflow notch. A possible tornado is southeast of Camden, and this can wind up in Butler or Lowndes counties. This is Lowndes County here. Butler County is down here. This is in South Alabama, but again, a lot of people watch these live streams from all over the place. We know that. And again, this is in the Montgomery television market, so our friends there will kind of take care of the locals. And again, it's always best to watch your local meteorologists because they understand the microclimates, they understand the geography, they understand the culture. They can do better than anybody else. And again, we kind of focus on these live streams on our television market, which is Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, that big chunk of north central Alabama. But again, in this case, the storm over Wilcox County is served by the Montgomery television market. But again, pretty impressive storm there. And let's go back to the storm one more time that prompted us coming on the air tonight. And again, we're going to go back to prime time in just a second. But again, this is a severe storm that is located in the northeastern corner of Marengo County. Is clearly weakened. We'll look at the velocity one more time. And again, the Weather Service has watched this through several volume scans, and the rotation has pretty much gone to the point where they do not believe a tornado is there, and they've canceled that warning. So